T.O. So unless you haven't seen the T.O. Stephen A. video, go watch that. I got it up there on the channel. So T.O. goes up there and he calls him a sellout in other terms, but he calls him blacker than Max Kellerman. Now I know the memes of Max Kellerman's black. Like we gotta cut that shit out. Max Kellerman is a liberal. Max Kellerman is no different than the Democrats. He's gonna sell himself to black folks, and then he's gonna have his own agenda at the end of the day. He even admitted it, and I quote, "I have white privilege, I acknowledge it, but I wouldn't trade it in for nothing in the world." So cut it out with the Max Kellerman shit. But Stephen A. was furious. He was furious, and if T.O. had been in the studio, he would have went over that desk and probably choked him out and tried. Uh, but I don't know why they're even still talking about this. ESPN, this is your face of the franchise. You need to take a week off from this topic and take a week off from Stephen A. Smith, because this ain't good look. Maybe they did this for ratings because, they got Undisputed across the street. And speaking of Undisputed, Shannon Sharp didn't agree with everything either, but the reason Shannon's not going through the same backlash, Shannon didn't go off script and went out of his way to attack Colin Kaepernick. Shannon waited until Monday, came up with a really well worded statement about if you don't trust the league, why do you want to play for him, which I completely understand, and that's why Shannon's kicking it. Steven went off script, and it kind of felt like watching that video, like T.O. said, you attacked this man for no reason off script. It kind of felt like watching a house nigga being amused by seeing a field nigga get caught who tried to run away. That's what it felt like. And I was watching, Zoe Williams said this the other night. He said, bro, if you can't progress as a group of people with Negroes like that, you can't. You can't, because if all of us thought like that and had that mindset to just go to work, keep your head down, and listen to the white man and don't stand up for yourself, we'd still be in Jim Crow. We'd still be drinking from dirty water fountains and walking around with our heads down and feeling like shit. And that's what a sellout house nigga is. They have completely bowed down to the system and are willing to work within the system instead of fighting the system. If it was the 50s, I guarantee you Stephen A. Smith wouldn't have been out there protesting or marching. He would have been telling you, get back in the house. Y'all niggas is crazy. That's what he would have been doing. You know what I mean? Any type of threat to the system intimidates him. And we already knew he didn't like Cap's situation because he had been discouraging Cap for the last 3 years. Now, I don't believe you can make an argument Cap's protest might be propaganda. You can make an argument of a lot of things. I don't agree with a lot of shit, but to attack someone of color just for standing up for themselves and changing their narrative, like that's some sucker shit, man. And now it's really bothering him. This might be one of the dumbest things he's ever done. And if they do a biography, they're gonna talk about this. This was stupid. This was dumb. You had no reason to go off script. He could have just kept his words to himself and let everyone see on Monday what he felt about the situation. And they're dragging this out. This was Monday when they had Michael Eric Dyson up there, who, by the way, has a Jay-Z book. How true is he going to speak his mind? He's saying he's with Cap, but at the same time, he's with Jay. You can't play both sides. He was up there saying a bunch of words, like big words, like he was fucking Mary Poppins, just running his mouth. Completely irrelevant. He's also telling people to watch that garbage Harriet Tubman movie, telling us to feel bad about not watching it. But T.O. was telling the truth. He just didn't word it the right way. But Stephen A. You could tell he's losing sleep at night. He came up there Tuesday with documents of the waivers. I'm like, dude, the only damage control they can do at this point, take him off television for a week, cut the topic off for a second, and people will forget about it or they'll overlook it. You know what I'm saying? But to keep milking this shit out, come on, y'all dragging this shit out. We already know what it is, and for the first time in a long time, for the first time ever, black people are questioning his character. I've been questioning his character for years. You know what I mean? But it was just blatantly obvious the way he went out of his way to attack that man for no fucking reason. And then the whole Eric Reed narrative, you a hypocrite. Most of us don't work for black people. Does that make you a hypocrite? No. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the only argument he has when it comes to Eric Reed. But according to him, he's invited Eric Reed and Kaepernick to come up there. Maybe he has. I don't know. I would watch that, but unless you're gonna have Cap actually come on the show, there's no reason to even talk about this shit anymore because we already know your stance on it, nigga. So if anybody feels uncomfortable today, it was probably Max Kellerman because T.O. put him on the spot. T.O. put him on the spot. But let me know what y'all think. If you don't know what it is, watch the video and tell me what y'all think about that shit, man. I'm out.